There we go. I've been playing around with stuff, so things are broken. I've been playing around with things and I've muddled them all up. As per usual. I'll get it right one day. I will, honestly. I'll get it right one day. How are we all doing? Hope we are all well. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those days. And let me just catch up on chat. Evening, Jazz. Evening, DJ. How do Wednesday families? How are you all doing? Thank you, DJ. Much appreciated. He's in that. He will be having a beer. I'm pretty damn sure he will be if he's in his bar. I was on mute. You're right. Hey up, everyone. What's everyone having for tea? Yep, I was muted. Not muted now. All fixed. I think we had a chicken pasta bake with chips. We're currently in a black bind at the minute because our cooker hob has sparked and blown. So we're waiting until that gets sorted. So hopefully that'll all get fixed by the end of the month and I won't feel bad for it breaking, but it has done my head in. I've spent this week trying to dry out a cooker hob and turned it on and it went pop and I was like, not turning that back on again. How are we all doing? How is everyone? How's everyone's week been? It's been an interesting week in terms of Wednesday news. We'll get into that soon. Sheffield Wednesday are ready to sell campaign. Yeah, if the price is right, I say anywhere from 400k to 500k, maybe a little bit more, but very, very hard to sell a player who's out of contract in the summer. It is very, very difficult to sell a player when they're out of contract in the summer. You want to get the best deal. This is something Wednesday's been very, very poor at over the last couple of years. We have been very, very poor at selling players when they're in the last year of the contract. So if we can get a decent price for him, brilliant. But if the price ain't right, keep him and put a new contract in front of him. Like I said on the Talking Wednesday, he's building a house up here. You don't do that unless you're wanting to put roots down. But at the same time, he could be thinking the businessman in him. He could be thinking, let's build a house, rent it out, maybe rent it to other footballers. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think that's only just come in from my other half. I'm guessing. Just let it dry out a couple of days. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But also, we need a new hob. It's broken. It's absolutely broken. It came with the house, and we've wanted a new one since we moved in. To be fair, hopefully, the next time we won't be getting one with the stuffing. Yeah, it's not the first time it's blown either. So we think they're the fault. So we know someone who can fit one. We'll get one sorted, and then we'll be all custy. But we're not here to talk about cooker hobs. You're not here to talk about that kind of thing. We'll talk about Wednesday, aren't we? See what I did there? Quite clever, aren't I? Yeah, it's been a week. I thought we would have more news this week on potential player coming in. Yeah, I thought we'd have more news on potentially player coming in. Luke McNally looks like it might have hit a snag, and I think that's on Burnley's end. I think Luke McNally could be a case of it's on transfer deadline day. Also, if you were here for it, the last 3 hours of transfer deadline day last time, I did a stream for. I am going to be doing a stream again for that. I may be starting that a little bit early. I haven't decided yet. So, yeah, when it comes to it, they could be a transfer deadline day stream. The way I'm probably going to do it is do a stream, then have a bit where I can cut out to another camera or a black screen so I can go make the video and then go back to something else and carry on the stream. So we'll do that. But Luke McNally would be the ideal signing. But the big talking point today has been about Michael Hector. It's someone I found out at... what I'm reading is if a player comes in for Burnley, he'll come. If he doesn't sign for Burnley, they won't sell McNally. I don't think it's a sale. I think it would be a loan. But if it was a sale, That'd be even better because he's a very good player. He's a very good player on very good wages, so it will be good. Yeah, let's talk about Michael Hector. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? So Michael Hector is. Michael Hector is on trial at the club. Now, this is not his first trial of this season. He was on trial at Luton, didn't get given a game time or anything like that. He was on trial at Reading, somewhere he knows very well, didn't get on there. Now, the way I see the Michael Hector situation, loan to sign, that would be good. You mean we might be able to loan a player and actually sign him and not, like, have it go wrong? Like, seriously, we could sign a player and actually him become our player. I would never get. Sorry, I'm playing with buttons. So, we have to think about this logically. The way I see the Michael Hector deal is this. Michael Hector reminds me a lot of Mendes Lang. When Mendes Lang came in, he'd had no football. And somebody said in my comment section on the video that he's not played no football since March. So that's a long time to not have any football. What Darren Moore said, his fitness looks okay so far, what they've seen. There's a difference between seeing what his general fitness is and what his match day fitness is. Two different things. Look at how much we had to get. Come on, words. We had to get Mendes Lang up to speed. It took a while. It took a big while to get Michael Hector up to speed. Mendes Lang. And it worked eventually. I'm in this whole situation where with Michael Hector, if it worked out, then great. Brilliant. The whole situation with Cardiff and McGuinness, it's over with. I find what's happened with Cardiff a little bit bitter taste in my mouth. How they've kind of just paid the fee, got it all listed, done. I still think there's something there that I'm not happy about with it, but hey, it is what it is. I didn't realize McGuinness was only 23. I thought he was around. No, he plays like a old head on his shoulders. It's really good to see. Dog player warning bots to everything known in the universe and wakes up. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Sorry, woke Little Un up. Our Little Un isn't well. She's got an earache, so she's in the doghouse. Literally. Do I have a thingy? Yeah, I do. He's in the doghouse. So we have to think about this logically. One of the things that Darren Moore said yesterday was that he doesn't want to sign a player for the sake of signing a player. Unless he can do something with that player and that player come in and make a difference, he doesn't just want to get anyone. And that's the big difference. Michael Hector is, I believe, 29 or 30. I'm actually currently on his Instagram page because I like to check because you can sometimes get clues of what's going on Instagram. I think he's 30. Is he 30? He's 30, so he's a good age. We could still get a good couple of years out of him. So he's 30. He got hit with a couple of injuries at Fulham, if I remember correctly. Get transfer market. It'll tell me on transfer market. What injuries had. Like I said, I'm really worried about this deal because it feels like it's well, you can't get this person or this person, so we'll go for the free agency market. But free agency market makes sense when you're looking to bring someone in who might be just a decent little squad player to do well. Hang on a minute. So Michael Hector without a club, let's have a look. Yeah, he's 30. They're putting his value as about 1.7. He can play centre back. He can play defensive mid. Don't need a defensive mid. One thing I do want to look at here is injury record. Let's look at his injury history. Um, Nothing on this, yeah. So that's good then. Um, I'd be interested to see how he does. He seems like looking at from the outside in, looking at his Instagram. By the way, there's 11 people here, 6 likes. Please get the likes up. I much appreciate it. We've had 21 views so far, so I much appreciate that. Hector will have to get his mat fitness right. You're right about Berahino. Thinks there's a bit of Berahino. Well, my big thing with Hector is he would bring some much needed experience at the back. Now, we do need that, let's be honest. We need to show it up a bit. But I'm intrigued what Darren Moore's doing here because it dreams is like, right, we'll get this and we'll do this instead. Instead of getting a lone player, and we can get someone in who's our player. And then we can go from there. We're not having to worry about it at the end of the season. If he does well, you put a contract in front of him. If he don't do well, you basically turn around and say, thank you for your service. We appreciate it. You can go find another club. Technically, at League One, he should be an absolute unit. He should just play that role really well. But again, it's the lack of football for me. It is the lack of football that is worrying me about it. And I just worry that he's not got enough match day experience this year. If that makes sense. Sorry, I'm trying to look at something. I'm really bad at getting sidetracked. Let's have a look. So yeah, it's that whole thing for me. He's not had enough football for me, and I still think we need a striker. I agree with you there. We do, but if I think Callum Patterson only goes if we have a ready-made replacement ready to go in. That's the thing. People said a lot about Patterson recently. Patterson is the kind of player that over the last couple of weeks he's been superb. Let's not beat around the bush. He's been really good. But Patterson for me is the only player who leaves, and he's the only player that leaves for me. But we have to have a replacement ready to go, so it'll be interesting. And I've got the thing where I'm very much at the forefront of just getting things done with the transfer window. But I also think we're going to be right at the end. When a Wednesday done things early in a transfer window, apart from this summer, January we're very, very weird. We either go this part of this part of the window now till the end. Like, I'm looking forward to doing a transfer deadline special. I might see if I can drag someone in to help me with that because it's a long old slog. But I'm confident that Darren Moore can get the right player in. And I think there's a lot of people who feel the same, that Darren Moore can get the right player in. You look at what our recruitment's done in the past. It's been superb. We've done really well. We do need central defenders, let's be honest. The big worry now for me is who we're going to play the Reece James role. Are we going to look at Femiwu on the side? Because he was playing that role pretty much versus MK to a point. You've got Jaden Brown who could come in there. A lot of people forgot we had him. You could put Palmer, Hunt, either side. That could work. The only issue with Hunt, he's lost a lot of speed. I think it'll take a lot for him to come back from like certain positions. So that's something to be very wary about with James is out again. James has got an ankle ligament injury. He hasn't gone back. He's here till the rest of the season. James has got an ankle ligament injury, but the issue with James is the fact that they just got a new manager in Mick McCarthy. So it could be interesting to see if Mick's seeing something completely different to what Michael Appleton saw. But you could also turn around and say, look, he got an injury, let him get his rehab there. He'll be back in the squad, and we'll look at it at the end of the day. Yeah, he said a few weeks. Yeah, it's not like it's long term. It's not like something like February, March. But it being ankle ligament, you want to take your time. Is Brown a write-off at this point? I I kind of would say yeah, because it just not worked. He's never been right ever since that. Was it Manfield we played and he scored that own goal? He's just never been right with himself after that. James is one of those ones where I've seen a lot of people say sign him. But the thing is, with that, is that I think he's a very good League One player, and I just don't think he made that step up the Championship. Worko said this a lot to me as well, saying that he thinks the step up between the two isn't there. And that's something we have to look at. Came out of another loan who spent more time. Yes and no. He's done well over the last bit. You got to remember, all the injuries he's had have been contact injuries in games. So it's not like they've been in the training ground. It's not like this happened in training ground like it has in the past. Like, what's he done so far this season? I can find out. Let me have a look. Because Reece James has done really well. So he had August 7th to September the 18th. He had a thigh muscle strain, which was 42 days, and he missed 8 games. So he had a fair few games missed. So 42 days where he had to get that all sorted. So yes, he has spent a lot of time, but also at the same time, when he has been fit, he's been superb. He has been good when he's been fit. And I think our thing is about just keeping the squad as fit as humanly possible. I like that. I don't think McCarthy hates the Owls. I think he hates coming up to South Yorkshire. He's not a fan of coming to South Yorkshire, and that's a family thing. It's all to do with family. With Mick McCarthy. It's why he'll never take a job up here. I think people read into him too, because I've seen interviews with Mick McCarthy who said he liked the way we play, he loved this and had this. And it's interesting, isn't it? But he'll never take a job up here. I think he'll do enough to keep Blackpool up. Anyone seen Sheffield United come understand it on the transfer and they laughed at us, show no club is untouchable. Yeah, I've seen that. It's due to unpaid transfer fees. So Cardiff all over again, basically. It's the Cardiff City situation all over again. I can hear an owl. That's cool. So yeah, they've got a takeover situation. I ain't looked into this. They've got a takeover situation. If it goes through, it'll probably get cleared and they're back to normal and they pay off the debt. But to be honest, I'll leave them to do what they do. So it'll be interesting. I'm very, very funny. I'm very interested to see how the transfer window goes because we've all been we're on the 20th of Jan. We've got a week left next week, and it closes on the Tuesday on the 31st, and then it's done. We've got a game against Fleetwood this weekend. Then we've got Cheltenham, I believe, and then we've got Fleetwood again in the Cup. Oh, have I said that's it? I have, Anta. Oh, poop. I said the Cheltenham game's at home. It's not. It's away. Okay. We've got Cheltenham away. Then we've got Fleetwood again. And then we got Plymouth, Ipswich, back to back. We have got some very tough games coming up very shortly. And we got to be ready for them. And there's around 7 or 8 of us. I think you'll think we'll get a centre back and a forward this January. I like that. It's what we need. I heard that Darren Moore was after a winger of all things, and we don't play with wingers, so I'd be interested to see if that came to fruition because we don't use wingers. I'd rather go get a wing back. Hello, Mr. Door on Tour. What you doing slumming it down here in League One, Sheffield Wednesday chat? You're going to stay up, aren't you? Good signing today with Chris Wood. I think that's a cracking signing. You needed an experienced striker up top, and I think that's the right player to get. I think he'll do well. It's a shame Myton didn't work out, mate. He showed glimpses, but we played him as a wing back and not a winger, so it was never going to work, really, was it? Yeah, but DJ, it's the same thing what Pep Guardiola does. Pep has binned off most of the wingers he got and made them into wing backs. And it's the new style of playing the game. The new style of player. It's the new style of playing the game. Right, Myton. You want to know what happened to Myton? Played okay against Bradford. Then really couldn't get in the team. And then the last little bits of his loan coming to the end, he started to look decent. We started to make him a bit defensively solid and look like he could go forward. And for whatever reason, we sent him back. I think Darren Moore may have brought him in a cover for someone or tried to see if it worked. It's a shame. I like Myton. If we played in a different style, it would suit us down to the ground if we played with wingers. He's a tricky attacking winger, but one, he needs to go bulk up in the gym, mate. Two, he needs to, when he attacks at a player, lift his head up a bit. Yeah, Corbin Hughes got on loan to Germany about all places today. I read that earlier. Premier League. Wolves. Is he in the squad or is he? Won't be probably on loan. No. I'm sure I've already gone to Germany or that's not his fella. Yeah, he'd gone out to Germany, I think. With Marv playing in the James role with Palmer on the other side. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. I think Marvin Johnson been really good. The only problem I sometimes find with Marvin Johnson is that he can sometimes neglect his defensive responsibility. Then it pulls somebody out of position if we're playing in a back three. And then we have to then there's a gaping hole in the middle of the back three. I might be able to do some. See if I can find me Sabuti. Do a demonstration. My turn was like Bambi. Yeah, he was. He did my head in a little bit. It's a shame because I did like him as a player. Thought he was good. I think the way DM employed Jack Hunt showed. Yeah, we've been needing a new right wing back, winger, whatever you want to call it. It's one of those things. Let's see if the camera angle works. It might not. So bear with me. Stream might go a bit weird. Why did that not work? I know it's not why it's not working. Where's me? Now gone. Because it's on the wrong camera. Why? That's not my mouse. Don't get too. Right for my. Jesus. Sorry about that. Wilt does fit. Where does Wilt fit in our system? He's doing the same thing at the minute with Wilkes. I'm not actually sure where Wilt fits at all. All right, let's see if I can get this right. Okay. Bear with me. Always. Bear with me. Play around this while I fix this. Yeah. Little Sabutio, man. There we go. I ain't done this in a while. Right. Sabutio, man. Sabutio, man. Can you hear me, by the way, while I fix this to get it sorted? I normally would have this done ahead of time, and I just don't today. So. I wish. Right. Let's do a back three. Dockies. Dawson. Well, you two can stay like that. Back 3. 1, 2. Back 3. Right. What's the code? What code? What code? I'm confused. Don't confuse me. I could do with knowing what code you're on about. Oh, come on. Oh, I know what you're on about now. You're on about it, it's fine. You made an It Crowd. No, you didn't. You made a Black Box reference. No one I didn't get. Right. So you've got Marv here, right? And say this is right. You've got Marv here. What sometimes happens if Marv will go into here to get to this player, miss the tackle, but then you've missed the tackle, then you've got the other defender here comes out to him to try and get that tackle to cover the base Marv has done here. So there you've got this player going down the wing. He misses his tackle. He's all the way up here. Then your defender here will come out to try and cover him, which then pulls everybody out of position. And 9 times out of 10, you will have it that you pull that You pull that player out of player, and then you'll have someone here in acres of space because we pulled this player out of here to go to that one. You've got this player who's gone over there to cover there, and you completely. I don't know why. Go away. You completely left this because you've got someone who's covering for Marv's position here, who's just gone. Like when Marv can get back, he's very good at it. Don't get me wrong. When Marvin Johnson can get back here, stand his man up, get the ball, and go, it works so well. But it's getting him to do that right, and that's the problem. He sometimes doesn't get that right. This is where having James here, but James can get back, and he got the defensive wherewithal to go, boop, get the ball, or knock the play off the ball, and then send the ball back up to Marvin Johnson and keep a break going. This is where it works out really well with that. I hope that made a lot of sense. If not, please tell me if it didn't. I do like using them. It's a good visual representation. It's how my brain works a lot, because if I don't have a visual representation, I'm not able to see it. So I hope that you understood that a little bit, because knowing that Johnson is there, Johnson have been better defensively. Yeah, he has. He have been a lot better defensively. But the issue I've got with it is that sometimes when he goes up and he loses it, you're done for. Sometimes if he loses it, he will lose it badly. But like I said, did that make kind of sense? I'm trying to make it so that's a little bit more better in terms of what I do there. I do have a app that I want to try soon to show you a better way, and it's where I can move things. I just don't have a cable down that I could use to do it. Because all I would have to do is plug the USB-C cable in, and I could show you that way. I don't think I've got one down here. If I did, I could do it. Here's the one down. It hasn't crashed, by the way. Because I want to try and get, if I can get a USB cable down here. It will be with either the corner on the extension cable or near the TV. Near the back of the TV. It's either on the extension cable or near the TV, please. Oh, has he gone to Germany, DJ? That sounds about. Oh, and bring the other iPad. It's upstairs. Won't have. Please. Sorry. I don't have the app on. So hopefully I can show you another way of doing it because it's something I've been wanting to try and learn how to do recently. So hopefully I can bring that in and we'll do it because it's another visual way of showing you, and it's a little bit easier than getting the little Sabutio men to get in position because when I'm doing it on the green screen mat, it's all reversed on what I'm looking at on the camera. It's completely different. So I have to do it differently. I'm trying to do a budget guff version of Guy Fawkes, yes. If I can. I'm trying to do it in a way that doesn't cost me the world. And that'd be a lot easier because I've found ways of doing it. The ways of getting one of the applications to work that I want. I gotta pay so much a month or so much a year. So hopefully. Oh, look at you at the last tactical. Yeah, you want me to. Oh, I'll never do that. This is workout. I don't workout. This is a tiny man. Say hello to the tiny man. And not me, by the way. I know what you were gonna. I don't have to. I used to have small plastic farm setup. How you doing, worker mate? Good to see you in here. Hopefully I can find everything. Just because you and Dex are giants. Um. Right, we can do this then. You're talking to me, worker mate. Cold and icy. So it's doing my head in. Got to do all the... Right, let's see if I can get this right. Woohoo! Six two weather is way better. Hang on. The chat go wild when Worko comes in. He knows how to derail it. And I love him for it. But it derailed me. Shut up before you say anything. Not now. Oh, geez. Tactical pad. There it is. I found it. Hopefully this works. Right, iPad. That one? No, it hasn't worked. So let's go to properties. Let's cam link. Hi me. Reference to Worko. Stay out of this work. Can I get this to work? Please. Forehand. And yeah, we are, mate. Big dial. Pause. I'm doing a U. Why is this not? It's been alright till you came into the chat. I'm joking, by the way. Come on. Look. Not picking up. It just picked up like a minute. This is why I do things beforehand. So this doesn't happen. It just doesn't want to pick the iPad up. Oh, trust. Yes, please do. Found it. Waiting on the computer to pick this up. Come on, today. Nice. Where text gets he busy? Probably. Let's see if I can set this up as a second camera. No, not picking up as a camera. That's annoying. It doesn't want to pick it up full stop. Okay. That ain't going to work then. I will have to do some more messing around with it. Because it doesn't want to pick the iPad up. That's annoying. I thought I had this working. Worker, mate. Question for you. Why would it not show up as a camera or the device? Okay. Wait, I want to do it. I am. Ah! Aha! 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 Yes! There we go. Right. We're sorted. Right, here we go. Better visual representation. Jesus Christ, that took a while. Right. So, if you've got someone like James here, I want to put the other team. Right, let's put player 4 there. I don't care who. So, if you've got player 4 here, put player 5 there. Right, there you go. So, I got it done. That took way too long. Did you see Joe Khan ask Damo whether he takes second place? Yeah, I did see that. I saw Darren Moore get very frustrated and a little bit annoyed, if I'm honest. You can still hear me, right? Right. So, say that's you. Say that's your Marvin Johnson. Marvin Johnson is trying to defend here. He misses the tackle, so he's up here, right? Then you've got this player coming out here to defend what Marvin Johnson. You can't see my face right now, but yeah. But you can imagine what it is. Can you hear me or not? Are you taking the mic off? Because on my OBS, it's saying you can. Right. So, what you got here, Marvin Johnson and missed the tackle completely. So you got someone like Reece James or Palmer or Hunt, whoever, comes here to cover that player. We then got all this space here where this player's got to come out of here. And which then, I've used number 5 already. Number 2. Comes out to try and defend this, which then leaves space here. This is the issue we have. If you have Marvin Johnson doing defensive qualities right, you get him to go forward like that and round, right? So he gets the cross in the ball. He gets to cross the ball in. So you get him to get that ball in there like that, which then opens, delete something. That one. You get him to get the ball in to the box like so. Back again. I want to move players. I don't want to use tools. Menu. So you get him to get the ball into the box there, which opens it up to, say, Smith or Johnson. Smith or Winder. The problem is, if he gets beat here, trying to stop someone here, you draw all the players out to stop that player there. And the problem you've got is, if you've got a Barry Bannon here, Byers or Wilkes here. Wilkes, not gonna lie, Volks here. He can play as a CDM, but he's not a CDM. If, like DJ said, if you've got a CDM, it works. The one thing I do like about having a back 5, a back 3, yes. New product, no. Right. The one thing, and I just deleted that, but it don't matter. The one thing I do like about having a back 3 is with what he does. Once he's got players here, he can then turn this into a back five, which I like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can turn it into a back five, which I like. But then he can turn it into a back three while getting the wing back going. Now, if we had proper wing backs, it would work a lot better. But we don't have proper wing backs, and that's the issue for me. I'm gonna have to reset that all up. But does that make sense? I'm gonna try and use that a bit more in streams because I like the way that works. It's a good way of laying it out. It's a good way of showing you formations as well. So we go to 3, 4. I can set that. 5. Was it 5? A 3, 5. Where is it? 3, 4, 1. 5, 3. So that works out well. It does what we do. It helped where we would get it, kind of thing. Well, thank you. I probably would have had a better career than he had at Tottenham. Out of the signings of the other top 6 in the League One, which player would you take? Oh, tricky one. Saxon at Plymouth looks like a good deal. That's a tricky one. Out of the top 6, because there've been some good deals. Like Plymouth have just been. You know what I would take actually, and it's a signing that's already gone. I'd take Whittaker from Swansea. Broadhead is good if he can hit the ground running. The problem you've got with a lot of these players that are coming in for the teams up top, how fast are they going to gel? How fast can you get them to gel? Because we only started gelling this time last season. And that was the issue for us. If it wasn't for the fact that Luongo come now, I would have taken Luongo. Just to fill that gap for 6 months. For like what DJ said about having CDM. It's weird. When we look at the squad we ideally need right wing back, striker, centre back, CDM. So 3 players. Let's say 3 players. Now, the problem you've got, we do have, and it's like what Andy said, we do have a strong depth in squad, but at the same time, we don't. At the same time, we really don't have a strong depth because of how many injuries we've got. It's a weird one. It's a hard one to put together, kind of thing. By the way, if you do like the stream, there are super chats on this. There are also super thanks on the video and the shorts now. There's no pressure for it, by the way. It just helped to show me a little bit more appreciation to what I do and stuff like that. It's one of those things I don't like saying it, but I have to push it more because the app telling me to push it more, and it would help to fund electric bill because the electric bill is quite high. We do also have Jaden Mount, but seeing everyone is forgetting about him. But where's him taking his chance? Workout. Where's he stepping up in training to say, I want this role? There's a lot that happens behind the scenes that we don't see. Like, it could be for us that he's doing amazingly and he's going really well, but he's not there yet. Be interested to see how many games actually happen this weekend as well. Because I think there's going to be quite a lot of games that get called off. I know Donny's game got called off, so Dapper doesn't have a game. I know Forest Green's game's looking like it might get called off. There's a lot. I don't know, but I can find out, mate. I don't think he does. One of the things with Joe Bayer, one of the reasons we don't really want to sell him, but whatever we sell him for, we have to give a chunk of that back to Swansea. Now, the thing with Joe Byers is an interesting one. Joe Byers wanted 13 football. Yeah, that's the one I can't remember. Bristol Rovers, isn't it? Did anyone mention Jakey Fun? But yeah, it's that thing. But what you got to remember with Byers is he's only 26. He's about the same age we got Bannon at, I think. But Bannon came around that same age group. Now the thing is for Byers, he wanted 13 football. He wanted to play week in, week out. Now, he was on loan at Pompey, had a little bit of an injury, didn't work out. We then turned around to Swansea, and the way we got him was weird because we couldn't pay money, remember? At that time, we couldn't pay money, so I think it was one of those deals saying, look, you want to leave Swansea and get 13 football. We can offer you 13 football, but for us to do this, we'll turn around to Swansea and say, look, there's a percentage here if he goes on to be good. We have to give you this much. It's like Delhi. Thank you, Nat. I much appreciate it. Everything does help. I do appreciate it, mate. And you're always in my chat and always helpful as well. And I know right now you'll be watching this in your bar. And I've seen pictures of this bar. It is stunning. It looks really good. I much appreciate it, mate. We have the situation with Byers is get him a new deal, pay him down, because you know how we've been talking about, excuse me, we need a Barry Bannon replacement. He's there. We already have it. It's Joe Byers. That is the Barry Bannon replacement for when it happens. He's there already, which I think we forget. We can't go, we need to find the next Barry Bannon. He's already here. We just forget because they're both in the same team at the same time. It works so well. What? Say that again, Bob. Worko, you kind of remind me of Cartman. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, Worko. That's fighting talk. A lot of people forget that the current squad that got us second, to get us second, logic dictates that we don't have a squad that needs loads in unless in the summer we have, if we've gone up. If we go up, we need lots. The issue is, if we don't go up, how many players can you actually turn around and say, look, come and try and do another season in League One? There'll be some players who's like, I'm ready to go higher. I think I can do higher than this. And that's the issue you got. That is one of the big issues you got. It's like, why does it seem like every summer half-half squad is that? Because it is. We're not very good at doing contract talks early doors to try and get players down. We like to try and get it to like near the back end. And the problem with the position we're in, if we get to somewhere like, I don't know, say something. Say we're in the game versus, say it's the Burton game on the 15th of April and we're already looking like we're up and we're going to be up and it's a foregone conclusion. You sit down and start talking to players then go, right, we want you to sign this. We want you to stay for this many years, blah, 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 blah. The problem is we don't know what league we're in next season. That's the issue. If it was a case of we know pretty much what league we're going to be in, it's easy to do. Okay, that's terrible bullying you and other fan bases. Worko just like to... Worko been on one today. Worko has been on one. I spoke to him earlier on Discord, and he's been on one today. Been quite neat. Needed to calm down. He's had a good day at the gym. He's enjoyed it, but I think he needs to calm down a little bit. But yeah, it goes down to us what position we are in, what we can do from people going into the games. It's interesting because we know Darren Moore can build a squad. This is one of the good things about Darren Moore. We know Darren Moore can build a squad. We know Darren Moore can build a squad with zero money. We know Darren Moore can build a squad with a little bit of money. We don't know how much you think. Back my beer out, then a gym. I'd like to see what Darren Moore can do with championship money. That's the big test. Because as we've been speaking in the thing. He's an ex-loan manager. He knows how to do loans because it was his job. He got good contact at Premier League clubs. I said Premier League workout, don't stop. I got it right again. We know he's got good contacts. And if he can get given a little bit more money to go further, because, got to remember, this is the guy who was sacked from West Brom when they were up there in playoffs and doing really well. You got to remember, this is the bloke who left Donny when they went on a great run. The moment they lost Ben Whiteman, it went pshoo, because the board wouldn't release any more funds to get him a replacement in, because he wanted a replacement. The whole thing is he thought he would get a replacement in. They sold him down the river. And he went, sod that, I'm gone. Now look where Donny are. This whole notion that Darren Moore isn't a good manager or isn't good at bringing players in is a bit wrong, because he can. He knows how to get players in. It's just, we've got to get it. Let's have a look. Will we poach from League One when we go up, or Prem players? I think it'll be a bit of both. I think it'll be a bit of poach from League One and probably get a couple of Premier League loans in. I'd rather, and look at what Darren Moore's good at doing when he finds players who are out of contract. Normally good at getting players who are out of contract and sit down. It's not a hard sell for clubs after that Newcastle game now. That Newcastle game makes it very easy. That's only in the bookie favour, though. If you put money on it, it goes up, DJ. And also, the thing with the Cardiff job, it's a very poison job. Not many people have done well at that job recently. And yes, he could do that. I'll do it at the poll. Hang on a minute. That's a good question. Nah. Where's my poll button? The poll. Two. And Champs. Second. Playoff. Playoffs. Oh, that's wrong. Playoffs. Oh, poop. Play. Halfway. Go for it. I'll put this up for it. This will be the last thing. So where do you think we'll all end up? There's 11 of you in here, so it should be an easy thing. Let's have a look. Darren wouldn't, though, would he? No, I don't think he would. I really don't think he would. Punk, how do we know other clubs aren't going to try and shank Darren Moore from us? No. I think the big thing you got with Darren Moore is his relationship with Chansiri. His relationship with Chansiri is the big thing that says to me that there's not going to be a club that comes in and takes him. And also, if a club comes in and takes him, you know for a fact Chansiri is not letting anyone come for Darren Moore without getting a good bit of compensation, kind of thing. So it will be interesting. He's only do that one if we get the income back to let us afford that, i.e. Premier League. What's that? If we go up, do you think Chansiri would rather header taking 40k contract? I can't see him getting 40k contract, but I can see him being quite smart with it all. Let's have a look. Let's look. Darren would do. Can only do Chansiri talk to him and more. Also, I'm getting sick of Sheffield United being every week. If what it is, mate, you can't do it about it at the end of the day. Burnley, Sheffield United, they're doing well. They're going to be on telly. I hope it'll be first time seeing us win. Yep. A lot of people with the Cardiff thing are suffering from Bruce syndrome. Yep. I've got a feeling it's like, yeah, it's because they were Prem Club recently. Sorry for I don't think he would, mate. I really don't think he would. You look at where Cardiff are in the table, and you look at the history of the sackings they've had recently. Anyone who go working for Vincent Tan are very. They're not. It's not right. I can't see that. I really can't see that. Um, it's at the end of the day, Darren Moore is doing a fantastic job. If let me end the poll as well. Let's see where we all thought it would. If anybody want to, so 77% champs, 11% second, 11% playoffs. The problem is, right? If Hull came sniffing and if Cardiff came sniffing, we would get a big amount of compensation. You know what Chancellor is like for wheeling and dealing. He's very good at that kind of thing. I have that thing that Cardiff is not very stable as a club. The bloke who owns them and mentally, he really is. That look at how many managers have had this season. They don't know what they want. If he went and got it, then we would have to look for another club. Then fair enough. But they're not in a great position at the moment. They really are struggling. And with what they got, look at league table. They're currently in 21st. Pardon me. They're on 29 points. Huddersfield are on 26. Blackpool on 26. Wigan are on 25. 25. Blackpool have just got a new manager, so that could start doing the new manager bounce. If someone comes into Cardiff, they're going to have to do really well. This is similar position that Darren Moore was in when he came to Wednesday. He didn't have a transfer market. So if they want him to come in, they need to get him in now. So he's got a bit of transfer market to do. No, I don't think he would. He'd do a job at Cardiff, but he could pure and simply the owner wouldn't support him. They only really want us to support Warnock. Yeah, it would be interesting. He would leave a stable environment with chance here to work with 10 of all people. Exactly, I don't think he would. It's like, you also look at Hull though. Hull isn't a real stable environment. And I don't think they should be sacking Liam Rosenior. I think Liam Rosenior should be given a lot more. Is it Liam Rosenior at Hull? Have I just made that up? I'm sure it is. And so you correct me if I'm wrong, please. I feel like I'm wrong. Kind of thing. The thing is, it is Liam Rosenior. I thought it was. Liam Rosenior needs to be backed. He needs to be given a lot of time because I think he's someone who can get it right. He needs a good window. The problem is you've got an owner there who wants instant success now, like a lot of them don't. He's going to be like, I'll put a lot of money into what? Hull at the moment are losing 1-0 versus the other side. They're on 34 points. They're probably safe at this point. They could probably get mid-table. It would be very harsh if Hull sacked him, kind of thing. It would be very harsh if they sacked him. If he did leave, who would come in? I have no idea, Bob. Because if you remember when Darren Moore came in, he was well out of left field. And a lot of people are like, why do we want him? Kind of thing. And then you looked at it, a good League One manager, knows how to get the best out of play, made sense. I have no idea. It could be another out of left field. You could go for someone like Liam Manning, the NK Dons manager. I don't know. Yeah, well, Mick McCarthy would never take the job anyway. He will not take jobs in South Yorkshire. He said this so many times. He said this. Cardiff go down and we go up. We buy Mark McGee for less money. Down more playing 3D chess here. Could be. You never know. Hull isn't real. Maybe Dean Smith. I don't know if he would be one that would come. Warnock would never manage Wednesday. Come on, let's be serious. He's never managed Wednesday. He said that in interviews as well. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. It's 8 o'clock. I've had a good stream. Thank you. I've done this for an hour. There will be another stream next Friday on the 27th. The big thing though, 31st of January, I will be doing a transfer deadline special. Which please join me. I think it'll be good. I did one in the summer. I think I went for 3 hours in that. I think we're going to try and do the same. Worko, are you free the 31st of January at all? Please let me know. Can you get a yellow tie? Can you get a yellow tie and a white shirt? We could do a guff version of Guy Sports News if you want on the stream. Just an idea I've been having. So we might do a guff version of Guy Sports News or in our kind of thing. What should you call it? Guff Sports News. Where we'll do a transfer deadline thing. I'll speak to you after this, mate, and get all the details to you. The idea is hard. I'll just message you. Yeah. All right. That's the end of this for tonight. Let's get 3 points versus Fleetwood. Let's go play Cheltenham away, and then let's play Fleetwood again in the cup, and then get some more money from the FA Cup. Have a good one. Have a safe one, and I will see you in the next one. And hopefully, we can get all 3 points and keep marching up that table. See you later, guys. Have a good one.